I just concluded my meeting with the Disability Rights Connecticut litigation attorney, 2 adult community members, and myself as a parent advocate for the Community First Choice waiver program. And we met with the woman who oversees all of the at-home based programs through Community First Choice being one of them, the one that I received for Carter, and many others. She's through the Department of Social Services, and then of course their legal representation was there. And we had 2 grievances. One, the budget document that was used to assess Carter's requirements for increase in hours is erroneous. It really doesn't focus in on an individual's need, especially if they're a minor. So of course he isn't expected to balance a checkbook at his age. He's not expected to be going and buying groceries for himself. But that doesn't mean that it's solely the responsibility of the parent or the natural supports that are around, because when someone has a significant disability, it increases the need. So there is a bit more individuality in there. So the budget document that they have recreated since my case in April, by the way, looks a lot better. We actually got to see it today, and we're actually excited to see that be rolled out. The second thing was the lack of due process. So you can't just be denied services. You obviously need to be given a written document that says, here's next steps. You can request a hearing. You can request a reevaluation with your nurse care coordinator to see if you are more physically disabled. Obviously, things change in a year. Neither of those things were done in my case. I have all the emails which I had sent to the litigation attorney that he's like, this is bonkers. This is not how it should go. And so they were like, oh, my case, they said, was, bastardized and whatnot. And I'm like, sure, take it and run with it and use this as a learning tool. So we've asked for a memo to be sent out that this is not how it should go. You should be explained why. Perhaps they're not going to give you they're just saying, this is your care plan said no, so here's how you can go next step. So I think it was a productive meeting. I'm excited to see these things roll out, and I'm glad to have my face be seen by these people who support these programs. And I know they're tied by, financial limitations. They have hardly anybody who works in these departments. And so, they're working with their hands tied as well. But I just was excited to be part of this meeting and happy to share my lived experience. And of course, I wore my Please Spark t-shirt. The future is inclusive today. Have a great day.